Adjourning, because all good things and bad things must come to an end eventually. So, point one, it's not really goodbye, and you need to help people with that. Point two, yeah, it is a little bit like grief, even if it's not really goodbye. And point three, tie up all the loose ends, in particular the ones that are related to teammates who may or may not be working together again in the very near future. It is a very small world after all. Do you enjoy this approach of getting bite sized video things that you can use immediately? Then please like or subscribe. You know, some teams go from norming straight to adjourning. And that means that the end of the project and the adjourning stage might not be really much of a problem. Still, remember, there is really a high chance that you or they will be working together again. And it's not a bad idea based on that to kind of coach folks. Remember, it's a great idea if everyone can behave in an adult and professional fashion throughout the whole project, but really, especially when it comes to adjourning. You know, the first project that I worked on officially as project manager wasn't the first project when I became a project leader. And I remember this because I wasn't really prepared for what it was going to mean for my team to go through a journey. And I had no idea that the end of the project really wasn't the end of the team because so many of us were going to run into each other again at some point. Well, it was actually not really goodbye. But the thing is, there really is a certain amount of discombobulation. You know, well, we got through this, we hit performing and we really rocked it, but now it's ending. I had somebody say, wait a minute, Jan and I meet for coffee, even virtual coffee, every morning to get trued up for the next big thing. Well, look, the thing is, you don't have to stop being supportive of each other. As a matter of fact, I think it's a darn good idea that you continue to be supportive of each other. And you know that point three? Well, there's no reason not to celebrate and no reason to wait until the actual final deliverable. About point three, tying up loose ends. See, there's no reason not to celebrate and no reason to wait until the final deliverable. Okay, sometimes what you're celebrating is the fact that we are all still standing, ambulatory and whole of body, maybe a little bit, fractured of mind at this point, but it's worth celebrating. As a leader, it's your job to stay positive and focus on the achievements, the lessons we've learned, what we're going to take to both the next team and the next project. And it's okay to, get a little human. I had a colleague who did this on a project where I came in to help out as a team lead. And as we hit the end of one of the major stages, he said, okay, we've talked about lessons learned and things like that, but the project team isn't just about the project, it's about the people too. So I want every person to say what one thing surprised you while you were working on this project. Now, it could be anything. It could be something that you learned. It could be something that you didn't know about one of your colleagues. It could be something that you didn't realize about the organization and some processes that you had no idea we had in place. And everybody got to vote. And the one that everybody thought was the absolute coolest would get a prize. It was a huge prize. It was monumental in scope. It was their name badge transformed with a boatload of star stickers. But it's kind of interesting. Some of the things we heard, well, remember, as project leaders, these are the moments that build trust. These are the moments that help everyone remember that they're teammates, not just project team members. Adjourning is frequently an awful lot alike these stages of grief. And sometimes it comes down to better the devil you know, because this really sucked, than the devil you don't, because you don't know what's coming down the pipe. Either way, adjourning can be a productive and a wonderful way to coalesce as teammates. Let's face it, you're probably going to be working together again. Maybe not the whole team, but you'll be working with these people again, and they'll be working with each other. This video on adjourning was brought to you by the Leadership Driven Project Management Academy. I'm Kimi Zimski. We've covered all of the stages of team development. If you haven't seen them all, check them out. Thanks for joining us.